So let's move on to, is this terminal do the same thing? Yep. Okay. So let's move on to these cells down here. Little burpy. Little bit burpy. Is this room just unused? This room's just unused, I think. I don't see anything in here. A room of testing of some sort. What are these soldiers doing? Sound off. Okay. What about you, scientists? Bugger off. This work is very delicate. Go away. What does this terminal do? It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. They really want us to access that that document of sorts. For yeah. For extra context as to how to take down the base in general. Ooh, there's a wall locker there. Very sneaky wall locker that blends in. Let's check these foot lockers first, though. Stim packs. We're gonna need those. That's for sure. We're gonna use so many of them. Why is there antidotes here? There's no poisonous creatures on this base, as far as I know. Are they experimenting with rad scorps? Or do they just like the taste? Does somebody here have a crippling antidote addiction? They need that rad scorpion juice? I wonder what it tastes like. It probably doesn't taste good. It looks good in that bottle, but it probably doesn't taste good. Yeah, we'll take all these. Why not? I don't know why I'm taking all the books. I'm probably not gonna read them. We're under a time constraint. Actually, not really. Not yet. We will be under a time constraint. Like once we decide to trash the base a little bit. So there's really nothing else really back here. I swear I saw a doctor back here, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, he wandered off. Did he wander off in here? I just wasn't paying attention. That's par for the course with how I do things. All right, let's see what these people are doing here. Why all these people are in cells? This man is Martin Frobisher. I speak for these people. Thank God you're here. Nice outfits, just like mine. Who are you people? He replies, they took us all from our vault because they wanted test subjects for the antidote. They needed people from outside the Enclave and who were still pure strain humans. So they took us. They took you? How? From where? He says they came to the front door of the vault. Somehow, they already knew the security code. They just opened the door, and their armored troopers marched us into vertibirds and flew us here. Then the experiments began. He shudders. He says, why Vault 13, of course. I was looking for that. Hey, are you the Overseer? He says, we don't use that term anymore. There used to be an Overseer many, many years ago, but he did a bad thing, and many of our people left the vault. Only to die in the wastes, I'm sure. He was tried and sentenced to death for his crime. We haven't used the title since. I don't blame you. I understand that an Overseer kicked my ancestor, the Vault Dweller, out into the wastes. He replies, the Vault Dweller? How long ago was that? Say, about 80 years, perhaps? Yeah, it was 80 years ago. How'd you know that? He says, 80 years ago, a hero saved our vault, and then the Overseer exiled him. Others followed him into exile, and they were never heard from again. We remember the event with shame. Hey! You're talking about my ancestor and the people who founded my village. They all came from the vault of the Holy 13. He says, incredible. That's our vault. Once again, the people of the vault must rely upon, this time, the great-grandson of the Vault Dweller to save us. Man, I wish I knew how to save you. He says, to turn off the force fields, I think you're going to have to turn off the main power supply. Well, man, how the heck do I do that? He says, I've been listening, and I think that the power reactor is controlled by a large computer 3 levels below us. If you manage to blow that up, it should turn off the power and we can go free. It's a good idea, but I don't know if I can blow up the reactor. I don't have any explosives. He says, I'm sure that wherever the guards have their barracks, they must have an arsenal. They'll have explosives there, I'm certain of it. Good idea. I can get the explosives and use them to blow up the computer. Then, you can run topside to my ship. I'll be right behind you. He says, thank you, Godspeed, and good luck to you, friend. I've got a feeling I'll need it. Goodbye. Okay, so what was that guy's name? A haggard-looking man in a blue suit. I forgot his name already. Okay, well that was a bunch of an info dump. That's cool. So we have the original Vault 13 dwellers that got stolen from Vault 13, and then we have these guys. My village. There's the Elder.
Chosen One, how did you get here?
I've come to rescue you.
Careful. Do not touch the glow wall. I think the machine that feeds it is beneath us. Destroy it so we may escape. How did you get here?
I have a ship.
If you destroy the machine, we will find the ship. Hurry. There are not many of us left.
What happened?
Men came to our village in flying machines and took us. There were others too, from the Holy 13. I thought we were saved. I thought we were going to heaven.
And then?
Then they brought us here, to hell. They have killed most of us with something they call FEV. They will kill us all before they are through. Do you know what must be done, Chosen One?
FEV?
That is what they call it. They stick needles into our skin like stim packs. But then terrible things happen. Then
what?
Then the skin bubbles like maggots beneath it. Boils grow and burst. Blood runs from your ears and your tongue swells. Those who are lucky choke to death. Those who are not.
The Enclave will pay.
You must destroy the machine and kill the devils in this place. We will meet you outside. And Chosen One, if you have not found the Gek, seek it here. Our freedom is nothing if we cannot save our village. Now go.
Goodbye. Okay. Well, I think I made the mistake of not bringing the Gek. And I don't think I have it on one of my companions. It might be in the trunk of my car still. So it won't check for that. Or it won't be able to check for that unless I grab it here too. So I'll be walking out of here with multiple Geks. I think that's what's going to happen. So let's go downstairs. And here we are. The infamous door puzzle. Oh my goodness. Well, here we go. Memo, AEC status brief from Tom Murray, Chairman, Atomic Energy Commission, to Cabinet. Subject, danger of overdependence upon central computer for all reactor control. Note to the Cabinet. I hate to be a nag by bringing this up all the time, but I cannot overemphasize the importance of diversifying our atomic power plant's control systems. Here's my official report. I think that once you read it, you'll understand why we need to have a backup system. Tom. Header, Atomic Energy Reactor Regulator. Vault-Tech's new uranium nuclear reactor has been working to top efficiency so far. With the state-of-the-art computer systems that were made specifically for the task of regulating the coolant temperature as well as many other key functions, we are able to allow the reactor to run with minimal supervision. The new synchronic multiprocessors that we had built into the tri-processor motherboard are able to multitask the coolant temperature, the intake of the cool seawater, the outtake of expended coolant and waste from the reactions, and the regulation of the neutron bombardment upon the uranium. Without the computer systems, the reactor would go out of balance almost immediately, causing a chain reaction bombardment of uranium isotopes. Within 2 hours or less, this would result in a nuclear explosion equivalent to the 100 kiloton range. The sum of the main portions of the reactor are placed underwater, beneath the station. This arrangement allows the ocean's natural temperature to keep the exterior cooler. Seawater from 500 meters is pumped into the coolant chamber. A portion of the cool seawater is diverted to the containment unit, where the core and control rods are. There it circulates through the core, becoming heated from the nuclear reaction taking place. The seawater reaches the boiling point, and the resulting steam is used to turn the turbine generator to create all of our electricity. The steam then condenses and returns to a filter tank. The cleansed water is entered back into the preparation tank, ready to start the cycle all over again. Severely radiated water, the miscellaneous toxic materials, are pumped out of the station through a waste conduit, terminating 1 mile to the south. Reports from our survey crews state that the effluvia drifts down the coast of Southern California and Mexico, causing irreversible ecological damage. Many of the beaches are now saturated with toxic waste and highly radiated sea life. Fortunately, this doesn't affect us. In any case, if our reactors shut down, we do have some backup batteries that can be used to power vital systems throughout the Enclave until power is restored. However, these do not include extraneous and high-energy items such as force fields. Also, as a safety precaution, certain watertight doors throughout the station will close when power is reduced to prevent flooding in the case of an emergency. This will restrict movement through the station, but movement to the top of the station is still possible through alternate routes. The real problem is that if the computer is shut down or destroyed, unlikely though both of those events may be, the reactor will go into critical to the point of meltdown within 2 hours. We need to install some sort of human-maintained backup system. I know that you may think I'm an alarmist for bringing up these provisions for an unthinkable event. However, it always pays to be prepared. In the meantime, let's just make sure no one blows up our computer. Haha, in parentheses. Yours, Tom Murray, Chairman, AEC. Did I make it? Oh my god, I made it. Oh. That took so long. Oh my goodness. I'm glad we had something to read. Okay. I think I can rest here? Yes, I can. We're now in the presidential area of the Enclave main base. It says so right here! I need to use my auto maps a little more often. The tab key brings up your map. You can do them from the Pip-Boy too. But I think that gives... Yeah, I don't think that's even available yet. The presidential area, that is. Okay, so since we got through the puzzle room, I got a few things. I got another Gek, obviously. And I also got the Advanced Power Armor Mark II, which is slightly better than the Hardened Advanced Power Armor that I had. However, I had to drop the other set on the floor because if I had, you know, brought both with me, I wouldn't have been able to carry anything else because Power Armor is very heavy. On the other side, I also had to reload my game because I dropped the Power Armor trying to switch them out. And since I was in my vault suit, all the guards got alerted and started to fight me because I was being a no-brain. So I had to reload partway through the puzzle room the first time. But now we're good. We've got the Gek. We've got the Advanced Power Armor. Now we're gonna meet the President? Maybe? It's called the Presidential Area. So, odds are, you would think that the President exists in some form in this realm. So, yep. The offices up there look a little presidential, don't they? Where does this stairwell lead? I think this is locked down until I leave. You see no way in which to open the door. Okay, that might be an emergency exit thing. What is that? A war room table? That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen that model anywhere else in the game. Okay, well, let's go up this way. Was that door automated? What just happened? Oh, okay. Why can't... Oh, because this door is closed. I'm having trouble keeping track. I'm getting nightmares now from all the puzzle doors. All these ones look very similar to the puzzle room. Guard posted. This room looks important. Hello. I don't recall asking for any test subjects. Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is. So I was supposed to find some munitions, some explosives somewhere too, to destroy the core. And I didn't find any in the supply rooms in the puzzle area. So I'm hoping that we still have a chance to stumble upon some Or maybe this doctor in here might have one or two that we can borrow. Maybe. Let's speak to him. A very tired-looking man in a white coat. He says, "Welcome to the Chemical Corps section, Trooper. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Charles Curling. Now that we've been introduced, get the heck out of my lab. I'm not who you think I am. I'm Caedo from Arroyo, and we've got something to talk about." He says, "Well, Caedo, I don't know how you escaped your cell, but I don't think we have anything to talk about." "That's where you're wrong. A couple of times." He says, "You need to talk to me. Who are you, and why should I spend time talking with you?" I already talked about this. "I'm from Arroyo, and I need to talk to you about saving thousands of lives." He says, "I don't see that there's much I need to talk about with a mutant. Soon, when real humans retake the planet for our own, you'll just be another unfortunate reminder of the war." "Real humans? What are you talking about? I'm just as human as you are." He says, "Oh, your DNA is more than just a little different. It's quite different. If I weren't so pressed for time by the project, I'd be interested in running further tests on your people, other than the FEV toxicological study, of course." "How is our DNA different?" He replies, "There are a number of, primarily very subtle changes. I haven't had time to look into the ramifications of the changes yet, though. Also, I'd have to backtrack to isolate your initial gene stock before I could hazard any ideas on the direction the changes are taking. All in all, though, the information is clear enough." "What is clear enough? What information?" He says, "The information that you and your tribe are no longer human, of course. Since your tribe has only been out of a vault, let's see, Vault 13, wasn't it? For some 80-odd years, anyone out longer is certain to have been even more compromised. Yes, I'm afraid that the conclusion is unavoidable." "What conclusion?" "I thought I'd made myself perfectly clear. The conclusion is that you and all your kind are no longer human. In order to retake the Earth and to maintain the integrity of the human race, all you mutants will have to be destroyed." "Destroyed? What do you mean?" He says, "The project that the Enclave has dedicated itself to all these past several decades has been the re-establishment of the human race upon the continental United States. God bless America." "That doesn't sound as though it would take decades to achieve." He says, "Oh, just establishing an outpost wouldn't take long. We've already done that with Navarro, but it has taken a long time to work out the proper method of eradication for the eradication procedure." "And what would that be?" He says, "Why, yes. We can't move back to the mainland only to risk contamination by all the mutated near humans there. In order to make the United States safe for humanity, all of the mutants must be first exterminated." "What? Are you insane? That's monstrous." He says, "I don't think so. I prefer it as social Darwinism at its finest. The survival of those best able to reassure their own reproduction. The success of future generations of the whole human race depends on us." I can be a smarty pants here. Change is probably the one universal constant. Just because we're different doesn't make us bad. If anything, we're living proof of humanity's resilience. As such, we deserve to survive even more than your people do." He says, "I hadn't ever stopped to think about it that way. Please, give me a minute while I think this over very carefully." "It's okay. Take your time, Doctor. It's a big concept to swallow." After some time, he says, "I hate to admit this, but you may be right. What we've been planning all along just isn't right. I was so blinded by it trying to overcome the obstacles that I didn't think about morality of my quest. Well, now that you've thought about it, you should destroy the toxin." He says, that wouldn't work." "Why not?" "Because they would just start over. Even with me dead, there's enough data between here and Navarro to assure that they would replicate my work. Only something more drastic will be enough." "More drastic? What do you mean?" "The Enclave must be destroyed. Completely destroyed. If we're not, then we'll just pick up the pieces and start over somewhere else." "I'm sorry to hear that. Doctor, how would you suggest the Enclave be destroyed?" He says, "I think that the best way is just to release the FEV toxin into the air filtration system. Since the Enclave is a sealed system, that should take care of everyone." "What about my people, or me, or you for that matter?" He says, "I can release the antidote into the air system for all the cells. The detention level is served by several air systems from the rest of the Enclave. Everyone will think that I'm just running another test. You, I can inoculate directly, here and now." He reaches for you with a syringe. "Ouch." "Thanks, Doc. What happens when the FEV toxin is released?" He says, "It's not pretty. You should leave as soon as possible, but I'd rather have the weight of 1,000 on my conscience than several 100,000. Our time is through here. We've had our chance. How can I free my people from the detention area?" He says, "You should probably shut down the power. I know that the reactor is controlled by a large computer near the reactor bay, but I don't know exactly what you'd need to shut the reactor down." Thanks for the information you give me. Your sacrifice will be remembered by all the peoples of the earth. He replies, when the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Huh? Oh, just something I remembered from a long dead poet. I was wondering if there's still such a place for those who've worked towards such dark end for so long. Our time is over. Yours has just begun. Get going. Oh, okay. Thanks for all your help, Doctor. You're a brave man. A special thanks to those supporting me on Patreon, including Wasteland Legends, Sven, and David Hoover. You can catch future episodes of this playthrough on Wednesdays and Fridays, noon and 10 a.m. Pacific. Thanks so very much for watching. I'm Caedo Genesis, and may you wander the wasteland like you own it.